Hello everybody, welcome to Doki Part 2. Let's get it. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Nathaniel. Yo, Sayori! Looks like you're in a good mood today.
I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all.
I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you into a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which...
I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack?
No thanks.
What? That's not like you at all.
I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori?
Eh? Why that all of a sudden?
No reason, really. I just wanted to take a peek. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets the contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I could see right through you, Sayori.
That's not fair.
How'd you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry or wanted an excuse to walk. Or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves one option. Ugh! I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't know she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always.
I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book.
Yuri, tell Nathaniel to let me borrow some money.
Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that.
You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the retribution. That. Still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and it tumbles onto the desk. What?
Ow. What?
A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked.
I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though.
Natsuki.
So nice of you. I'm so happy.
Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hand over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. And yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't beat choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah? Why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy with the one you shared me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? So your mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. She's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably the more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. Hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? I lost my last period today. My last period was a study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. That makes sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must have just not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kinda started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds pretty cool. I'll also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Nathaniel. Sweet. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean to pressure you or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks! So, I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri's in the back of her room and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Nathaniel! Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I'm gonna go get some supplies from the other classroom. Wanna come with me? Supplies? What for? Well, you know how the festival's coming up. Me and Monica were just gonna make some posters and stuff. So I need to go find some crayons and markers and glue sticks and all that junk. I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay! Okay, Monica, we'll be back soon. You're going with Nathaniel to get supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with him. Oh, but I wanted to go. Too much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. It was just a suggestion. See if you can find a poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, Nathaniel? Yeah, let's go. Alrighty. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind the Sayori as she hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey Sayori, what exactly are you doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you can make an event for something like literature. Me and Monica have it all planned out. Don't you worry. That's so. Yep. We're gonna do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everyone's gonna take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. That sounds kind of dull. Nathaniel!
You're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems, it's about performing them. Like you say, the lines of a poem like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now, when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that.
Sayori, how do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. You meanie. I'm working super hard on this, you know?
I know.
I just meant it's pretty unordinary contrast to your cute self.
Don't say things like that, it's embarrassing. But I guess that means I'm doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm so excited. The festival is gonna be so much fun. Sayori spins herself around in the hallway again. Hey Nathaniel, this classroom over here is pretty empty. Let's begin the mission. The mission? It's been a long time since I've spent time with Sayori like this, but in the end she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hole myself up in the room more and more. So going adventuring with Sayori brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. For real. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight to the closet and I follow. Let's see what we have in here.
Crayons. Oh my gosh, the prestigious crayons. Oh my goodness.
They're the best brand too. They're kind of dirty though. Oh, bummer. Sayori starts pulling out various crayons from the box and reading out color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted. We'll still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine. Then, at least move aside so I can look for the poster paper. I dropped one by accident. Smack! Sayori bends over and smacks her forehead right onto the shelf. She falls to the floor and crayons spill all over her lap. Oh my goodness. You okay? My forehead. Sayori clutches her forehead. Jeez, Sayori. That just like you, isn't it? That's just you, man. Come on, let me see it. Sayori is sitting on the floor. I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hand, Sayori. But it hurts. Just do it for a second. What do we have here? Alrighty. Sayori slowly releases her hands from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow! Sorry. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Man, that's gotta swell up. I should find you some ice. Nathaniel? Where would I even find ice around this time? I guess a cold drink would do. You don't have to. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Even wincing from the pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. What are you saying? I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
I pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out of the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? It really doesn't matter since it'll just be used as an ice pack rather than to drink, but I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I'll purchase that one. In just a moment, I'm already returning to the classroom where I left Sayori. She has one palm on her forehead, and is using the other hand to clumsily scoop crayons back into the box. At least they were already in the wrong spots before I spilled them. Sayori here. I hand Sayori a bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Hey, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, idiots.
Sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head?
Sayori places the bottle against the bump on her head. It stings. Just bear with it. It'll feel better soon. Looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, Nathaniel. This kind of reminds me you of growing up, doesn't it? What do you mean? You know how we used to play outside all the time? I always try to keep up with you. We're kind of oblivious in some ways. Like I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on the things you did. But sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt and fall and scrape myself or get a bump, and I would start crying really hard. And you would just rush over as quickly as you could. You would try really hard to get me to stop crying. It's almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it wasn't really your fault at all, you know? Did I really do that? Yeah, you don't remember? Come to think of it, maybe I do remember a bit. I guess I was always so focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. So in a way, it was my fault. Kinda like this time, too. If I wasn't rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. Nathaniel, I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years. You're rushing to help me, even though I'm just being clumsy. You're a real sweetheart. Don't call me that. And I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even know I'm treating you like that. I guess that's what happens when you're friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right. Nathaniel, I'm glad that nothing's changed between us. Do you think it will be like this forever? Forever? If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling we'll end up for college or after that. So, it wouldn't be fair for me to make any promises, but, well, I hope so. It's been this long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. I'm so happy. Sayori has a whimsical expression in her eyes, remains silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside that when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want to make Monica worry, you know? Good luck with that. She's gonna see your forehead either way. Not if I hide it underneath my bangs. Sayori hops to her feet. Ah! She clutches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast after hurting yourself. Ooh, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. Alrighty. Follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with the bangs to try to hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the classroom. Ah, you're back. Good timing. I was about ready to start sharing our poems. Sayori, your forehead. She's fine, don't worry about it. I was playing with crayons and smacked my forehead into the shell. Well, anyway, were you able to find everything we needed? Uh-huh, I have it right. Sayori frantically glances around herself. I forgot all the stuff. Calm down, Sayori, I have it all right here. I found the poster paper too. Ah, sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Nathaniel. Well, Sayori, I failed to come up with an excuse for Sayori. I made it an adventure. Yeah, that. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight.
Me too.
Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share your poems? I guess I should grab mine. After all, after making sure the crayon box is closed tight, I return to my seat. Who should I show my poem to first? Man, girl, Sayori, of course. Duh. Nathaniel,
I really love your poems. Can't believe you're hiding these from me. I'm not hiding anything. But your poems are so good. Yesterday and this one's too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean,
you're the only one who really feels that way, so...
No way. Not even Natsuki?
Well, I guess Natsuki's the least likely to admit how much she likes something. But I don't really think it's that.
What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it.
It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you.
What? Stop thinking weird things, idiot.
I just mean that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Even the little things.
Like cooking.
Let's not talk about that. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that I can feel more feelings through than I can myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time.
I don't know if I understand.
You never understand why I try to explain things to you, Sayori. Pat Sayori's head.
Hey, I'm not kidding, you know.
Are you sure about that?
Maybe.
Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands.
Hey, Nathaniel,
give me your poem.
I kinda want to keep it.
Oh, why?
Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me.
Sayori, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home.
Really?
Snap!
I broke my pencil.
Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the piece she dropped, but being inattentive, her surrounding bumps right into me.
Sorry.
It's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up her broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk between her to support herself, knees shaking.
I'm a little clumsy today.
Let's sit down. Let's sit down. Come on.
Yeah.
I grab Sayori.
Damn! Oh shit!
I just dropped a bunch of BBs. My bad. Bunch of metal ones too. Shit. I just dropped like 50 BBs on my floor. God damn it. Whatever. I grab Sayori's arm and help her at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem.
Oh, I forgot about that.
But it's not as good as yours. Jeez, don't worry. Sure, I like it. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck out one. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on a shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. In bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends. Each bottle is starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friends after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up, and in come my friends.
And they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling, but they're all shouting, pleading something. But all I hear is an echo, 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 echo inside my head. That was really good! Holy crap! Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. I did tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever. Yeah, but I didn't expect you to write something like this, especially coming from you. Monica taught me a lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. You know, I'm just trying to put BBs away. Give me a second. Maybe because I'm used to you being so cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good and you should be proud of it. Oh, thanks. I feel like it was meant to express myself this way. It helps me understand my own feelings a little better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? Hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing till the day I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it more than a week later. Less than a week later, probably. No more than a week later. Oh, I was wrong! I wonder if this was one of those times, but seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Who do I show my parum to next? How the fuck did I get parum out of poem? That is bad. Monica. Hi again, Nathaniel. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. It's pretty good. Makes me think Sayori. Like the other one you wrote. You two are like a dynamic duo. That's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably, but you do spend a lot of time with her, even the club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, I'm just teasing. I know it takes a little bit of time for friends with everyone, but Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. And you can always talk to me every now and then, too. I'm not, like, unapproachable or anything, am I? No, it's nothing like that. It's just I really don't like to fucking talk to you. Yeah, I was thinking it would be something like that. I really didn't mean it like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Alright. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me.
Take me to dinner first, Monica. God. Well, Monica, after a little bit of thinking, off camera, maybe I can make an exception. Maybe. But it was a little bit more abstract than your last one.
I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
I never said anything like that. It's just a kind of thing I'd never really seen before, I guess. It's kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of your poem. Hold up, Monica. Yeah. Oh, shit! Yeah. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes when asking about a poem, it isn't always the right question. A poem can be really abstract as a physical expression of feelings or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a very difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. What? Okay. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, what is this tip? Is this tip even about writing? What am I talking about? That's my tip for today. Thanks for listening. That was weird. Let's see. What are you've been writing today? Well done, Nathaniel. Your skills are definitely improving. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little bit more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down the things you see and hear. That's the way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's very intimate. I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I guess, well, an example of that, if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem that you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night, while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that the raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. It bred my hungry curiosity, the raccoon an urge. The moon in... Bro, I can't read this shit. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. the very same light that glistens in my eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto a newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic pavon... What? A rush of blood. A classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and feel myself again. Alright.
Chat. My PC just killed itself in the middle of Yuri speaking. Is she a Goku level threat? Quite possibly. Sorry for the intrusion, like the intervention. We'll get back. Ahem! Alright, let's get back to business. Who should I show my poem to next? I thought I already did Yuri. Oh shoot, my bad. I was a little bit more daring with this one than yesterday's. I could see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in more unusual hobbies. It's all those sorts of things I usually am forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me, but I don't have anything like that. Nathaniel? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has that sort of something like that. Best we could do is respect each other and each person's individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things just make us uncomfortable. After all, if I had learned to embrace my own weirdness, I probably would hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Who should I show my poem to next? Natsuki. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but can't really say it's any better either. Phew! Phew what? Well, anything isn't a train wreck. I'll take that as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. I'm glad someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, Natsuki tells me completely... Something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Oh, you think so? Well, I guess you've been friends with her for so long you might be on the same wavelength, but you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how could someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she'd probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way.
Alright, we're back again. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Yeah. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she also likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad, and Amy had helped me and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was too short. I'm just warming up. Hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I had to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree the subject of the poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks doesn't matter. It could be about anything. I wrote it to be easily to relate to. Everyone has that kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid to if people find out, they'll make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anybody and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn and respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't get it, but she said something similar to you, that people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should not have tried to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always say people who make me feel insecure. And you already made me feel insecure yesterday. By the way, you put it... It sounds like she learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even her writing style is different. I'm really sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I'll do. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important. But I want people to think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow. So look forward to it. Alright. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so it could anyone... So if everyone could just sit in front of the classroom, like, please. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we could put together something good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I really do not do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori's been working on posters, and I've designed a few pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us we're actually gonna go That doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Oh, sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. But Monica? Yeah, we're going to have a whole poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori's, who has been calling a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea. I just didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a whole group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole group in a room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. I'm so sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put a good performance, then we'll inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we all have this club today. Don't you want to share that with others to inspire them to feel the same feelings that brought you in here in the first place? I know you do. We all do. And if it takes standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright, phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around the room at everyone else's expected faces. I guess I really don't have a choice. Aha, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously gonna be the death of me. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're gonna practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is just too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of a bunch of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry, I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to a specific poem she had in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. Title of the poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotions behind each line. She recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something that she's done before, or she's just simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Oh, shucks. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called Yuri anxiously
glances at each of us. I can do it, Yuri. You can. It's called an afterimage of a crimson eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts to read the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce, confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she insinuates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside of her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not like we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were just so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds up the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri's down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. So Yuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Just imagine you're reciting to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow, it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this poem on paper, I probably wouldn't think of it much, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I can reach more deeply into someone that I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job. Even Nathaniel liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be that the other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where the sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little bit more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of anyone. Then next time I'm gonna make you pick up a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have the next much time before the festival, you know? Okay, who's next? Natsuki. Don't make me go before Nathaniel. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Nathaniel lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it. Natsuki, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just go with what I wrote today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else is. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that I'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then, that leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly decides to get out of her seat, and she makes her way over to the podium. The poem is called, Why Are Y'all Looking At Me? Because you're presenting. The poem's called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken out loud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem.
Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs and back to her seat. That wasn't bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Oh well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. I could put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's my friends, it's a little embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I would have thought it was the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you don't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. Already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to recite our poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so let's continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. Can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. For real. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look, you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make it sound like make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Nathaniel. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. Walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori's being a little bit quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori? Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to, Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, I would still walk home with you, Sayori. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Eh? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem like you like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Nathaniel. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point of speculating something that's never gonna happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of weird thing for Sayori to care so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time. Alrighty. Some good words. Joy. Grief. Fickle. Clumsy. Calm. Uncanny. Charm. Holiday. Captive. Sweet. anxiety, inferno, Doki, imagination, alone, hope, excitement, silly, lust, scars. Alright. I'll save the rest for next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, make sure to like the video, obviously. Subscribe and hit the bell to stay notified with this content. It's been real. Papa Duffy out of here. Peace.